Deion Sanders Jr. dropped a message that left everyone stunned. Who was it aimed at? The Sanders family never needs an invitation to make headlines. Whether it's on the field, on social media, or in the middle of the ever-turning spotlight of American sports culture, the name Sanders never strays too far from the trending column. From Deion Sanders' surgeries and coaching challenges in Colorado to Shedur's uncertain journey in Cleveland, the family's storylines blend drama, talent, and defiance like no other. But this week, it wasn't Coach Prime or Shedur who set the internet ablaze. It was Deion Sanders Jr., the eldest son, who dropped a mysterious message that has left the sports world buzzing with speculation. On October 15th, Deion Sanders Jr. took to X, formerly Twitter, and posted a cryptic statement that seemed to come out of nowhere. Within minutes, it was the talk of sports media. Fans, critics, and analysts alike were all asking the same question. Who was he talking about? The short message didn't name anyone, but its tone, sharp, defensive, and layered with meaning, was unmistakably aimed at someone, or maybe at several someones. Social media erupted. Some fans believed the message targeted the Cleveland Browns, frustrated with how they've handled Shedur Sanders. Others thought it was aimed squarely at those who have spent months criticizing Deion Sr. and his coaching methods in Colorado. And then there was a third group, the conspiracy theorists of the fan world, who suggested that it might have been a warning shot at both the Browns organization and the relentless critics who never seemed to give the Sanders family a break. Whatever the target, one thing was clear: Deion Sanders Jr. had just reignited the family fire. A family that lives in the spotlight. Few families in modern sports embody fame and attention the way the Sanders family does. Deion Sanders, known to millions as Coach Prime, built a reputation as one of the most electrifying athletes in NFL and MLB history. His charisma and confidence have always been magnetic, but those same traits have also drawn sharp criticism throughout his coaching career at Colorado. In recent weeks, Coach Prime underwent yet another surgery, this time to remove blood clots from his leg. Fans across the country worried, but in true prime-time fashion, Deion turned it into a moment of strength. He went public about the procedure, thanked his supporters, and reassured everyone he would be back with his team soon. "You can't stop me, you can only delay me," he said in a video that instantly went viral. At the same time, his youngest son, Shedur Sanders, has been in the midst of his own storm. Drafted into the NFL and signed by the Cleveland Browns, Shedur came in with massive expectations. The media called him one of the most intriguing rookie quarterbacks in years. Yet, despite the hype, he hasn't even stepped onto the field this season. Not because of injury, not because of performance issues, but because of something far more complicated: politics, perception, and trust. And now, with Deion Jr.'s cryptic post, the family's storylines seem to be intertwining once again, creating a media whirlwind that refuses to die down. Shedur Sanders, the quarterback still waiting for his shot. When veteran quarterback Joe Flacco left the Cleveland Browns for the Cincinnati Bengals, fans assumed it was finally time for Shedur Sanders to step into the spotlight. The timing seemed perfect. Dillon Gabriel, a solid but unremarkable starter, was struggling to inspire confidence. Cleveland's offense was inconsistent, their play calling uninspired, and their rhythm seemingly non-existent. In the eyes of many fans, it was time for a change. Yet week after week, Shedur remained on the sidelines. No first-team reps, no game action, just a front-row seat to the frustration. Head coach Kevin Stefanski has been unrelenting in his approach. He's made it clear that decisions in Cleveland are his and his alone, no matter how loud the fans or media get. That has caused visible tension in the locker room and online, where many fans are openly questioning why one of the most promising young quarterbacks in the league continues to be ignored. Even analysts have begun weighing in. Former NFL quarterback Chase Daniel didn't hold back during a recent segment analyzing Cleveland's offensive struggles. "The offensive film I just watched, Daniel said bluntly. Might have been the worst offensive film I've ever seen, and that's putting it lightly. Is Deion Sanders the answer? I don't know, but they can't keep doing this. This film was pretty bad. His comments echoed what millions of viewers already believed, that something deeper is going on in Cleveland. Something political, something personal. And that's where many believe Deion Sanders Jr.'s message comes in. The message that sparked a storm. Deion Jr.'s post was short, but powerful. It didn't name names, but it didn't have to. It carried a tone of frustration, a hint of defiance, and the weight of someone watching people he loves being misunderstood and disrespected. To Sanders fans, it was a protective brother sending a warning shot. To critics, it was another example of the Sanders family's flair for drama. But behind the online noise lies something deeper, a reflection of how the Sanders family has always operated. Loyalty runs through their veins. When one of them is attacked, the others rally. They've been that way since Deion Sr. first became a household name in the early 90s. And while that unity has made them stronger, it's also made them lightning rods for controversy. Deion Jr., who manages his father's and brother's social media brands through Well-Off Media, has always been vocal. He's both the family's digital voice and its unofficial PR machine. His posts, vlogs, and behind-the-scenes videos give fans an intimate look into their world. But sometimes that transparency blurs the line between personal and public, and when emotions boil over, the internet always notices. So, when Deion Jr. dropped that cryptic message on X, fans knew it wasn't random. It was deliberate. It was emotional. It was prime family energy. A house divided. Cleveland's quarterback controversy. Inside the Cleveland Browns organization, the tension around the quarterback position has reached a boiling point. Reports of locker room division have surfaced. Some players privately believe Shedeur should at least get a chance to start, while others back Stefanski's decision to stick with Dillon Gabriel. The Browns' offensive struggles have been undeniable. Despite flashes of promise, the team has failed to find consistency. Missed passes, poor protection, and predictable play calling have plagued them all season. Fans have grown restless. Some have even started chants during home games, calling for Shedeur to be put in. Yet Stefanski remains unmoved. He continues to insist that Shedeur needs more development, a statement that only fuels speculation about whether his decision is based on football or fear of the attention the young quarterback would bring. To many, this situation feels eerily familiar. Deion Sanders faced the same skepticism when he first took over the Colorado Buffaloes. Critics doubted his methods, questioned his decisions, and mocked his confidence. But he proved them wrong by transforming a struggling program into one of the most watched teams in college football. Now, his son stands at the same crossroads, waiting for a chance to prove his worth. Trouble back in Boulder. While Shedeur's NFL journey has stalled, the story in Colorado isn't much smoother. The Buffaloes entered their bye week with a 3-4 record, sitting at 1-3 in Big 12 play. Every win feels hard-fought, every loss stings deeper, and momentum remains elusive. Despite flashes of brilliance from players like Travis Hunter and Dylan Edwards, the team continues to struggle with consistency. Coach Prime has faced relentless scrutiny. Every decision, from play calling to player discipline, becomes headline news. Yet, amid all the pressure, Deion remains steadfast. His charisma and belief in his program haven't wavered. Even after undergoing surgery to remove blood clots from his leg, he told fans, "I'll be back with my boys soon. I'm not built to sit still." His resilience continues to inspire not only his players but millions of fans across the nation. And that's exactly the type of energy his sons carry too. The Sanders brand, a legacy of strength and scrutiny. For decades, the Sanders family has walked the fine line between admiration and criticism. Deion Sr.'s swagger made him a legend, but it also made him a target. That same confidence runs through his sons, Shadur's calm under pressure, Shiloh's fiery defense, and Deion Jr.'s outspoken loyalty. They've built a family brand rooted in self-belief, style, and transparency. But that openness often comes at a cost. Every post, every press conference, every sideline glance becomes fodder for analysis. When you live your life under the microscope, even silence becomes a story, and a cryptic tweet becomes a headline. That's what makes the Sanders family fascinating. They don't hide. They don't apologize for being emotional, confident, or ambitious. They live out loud, even when the world is watching with judgment. A message beyond words. Perhaps the real power of Deion Sanders Jr.'s post isn't who it was aimed at, but what it represents. It's a reflection of how the Sanders family operates under constant pressure, turning criticism into motivation. It's a reminder that for all the fame and fortune, there's still a family fighting battles together, publicly and privately.